Hey, what's going on, my friends? This is Dave Sharpe. Welcome to Wake Up Legendary. And this morning we have a special guest who is coming from the fitness space, found legendary marketer, and is going to tell us his story and what he's been up to. With that being said, Sean Murphy, welcome to the show, buddy.
Appreciate you. Appreciate this opportunity, Dave.
You're
Very much
very
so.
welcome. Strong man. I can definitely relate. I have to lay off the weights because, I was getting too strong. So I don't know if my wife just laughed at me. Um,
Love it.
Tell us how you found Legendary, my friend.
Yeah. So I guess the journey really started when discovery of Legendary was last year when COVID came around and the government shut our doors down for a little bit. And that was
Hmm.
the realization that I really just didn't have complete control of my business the way that I thought I did.
Yeah.
And I've always known about affiliate marketing, but I never took it seriously, never really dove into it,
Hmm.
um, anything like that. So, but I decided, I wanted to do, I just wanted a new vehicle towards freedom. I'm not always trading my hours for dollars, that kind of thing. Because when you're running a gym, you're doing personal training, it's up early in the morning, train some clients, maybe have a little afternoon break, and then you're right back
Hmm.
in the afternoon. So you're working, before and after hours
Yeah.
around client schedules, things like that. And so when COVID actually happened, it was actually, a blessing in disguise is the way I look at it now, is it
Mm.
gave me the opportunity to kind of take a break from this hectic lifestyle that I've been involved with for several years. And I just got online. I was like, well, what's out there? Like, I know people are making money online. I know people are, making a wave of it. And I looked at everything, man. I was looking at, Amazon FBA. I was looking at drop shipping models, printing on t-shirts, like whatever. And
Mm.
it was during that search, I don't know really where it came from. Maybe it was TikTok, maybe it was Instagram. I really can't remember, but I just came across affiliate marketing and I started just investigating it. And once I discovered Legendary Marketer through that route, um, what drew me in, I'll be honest, was the professionalism of the program because I've been involved with several different coaching programs, mentorships, been in business for myself for 16 years.
Yeah.
And so just everything that I saw with Legendary just spoke volumes to me about the professionalism. And I was like, this is legit marketing. Like this is everything that, that's within the online space or even offline space when it comes to
Yeah.
marketing. And
Yeah.
so I just took a chance on it from that point. So,
So did we live up to our name?
oh, 100%. 100%. And that's really what I try to coach people on now whenever I talk about Legendary is that if you want a real business model, you got to learn marketing. And
Mm.
behind any successful business, marketing is the lifeblood of it. And so, what I like about Legendary is you're not just teaching marketing, like you're not just teaching affiliate marketing, which I feel like is an entry level to, get in there like newbies, getting their feet wet into business. Because if you don't have the skill set of marketing, well, you're never going to have a business because
Yeah.
people don't know about it or anything like that. But on the flip side of it, you're also teaching other high income skills that people could take and just take that one skill and either launch a course from it or launch their own business or help out mom and pop shop down the road.
Right.
Like you can learn copywriting, for example, and see mom and pop that don't really have an Instagram presence or social media presence. Say, hey, what if I took over your social media account? I'll do some copywriting for your post. We'll get more traffic into your restaurant and things of that nature. So it's just not affiliate marketing when it comes to legendary marketing. It's those high income skills, and that's what I love about it.
So you've applied those skills. You're obviously doing a bit of affiliate marketing, and how else are you using these sort of newly developed and still developing skills?
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, so I'm definitely, promoting affiliate marketing primarily on my social media accounts, but I'm actually, it's kind of on my whiteboard up here. I'm actually developing my own coaching program, which is going to be all online, and it
Mm.
has kind of the health and fitness aspect to it, but it's more about growing one's faith and really just what I've because of my own struggles in life where I dealt with a very victim oriented mindset which led me down this downward spiral into suicide, deep dark depression, and trying to take my own life in January of 2017. Um, I know that people are looking for it. When I look it up on Google, for example, it's like one of the top search keywords out there is faith and how to restore one's faith. And
Mm,
so the program that I'm working on right now is called Salvation Strength. And so it's tying in that that deep work, if you will, of self-reflection and a lot of tools that are going in that. And then of course, like I said, strength and fitness is going to be a component of it, but I'm using a lot of the things that are taught within Legendary Marketer to make this program right
mm.
here, which will be my own coaching program, things of that nature. So, yeah.
Nice. Nice. Well, I think that what you're talking about here is really a big deal because affiliate marketing, although it's an amazing standalone business model and it's something that you really could run as a full-time business for as long as you want, and there's many, 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 many people that do just that. Um, the idea here is bigger at Legendary than just affiliate marketing. It's about the core four ways to sell information. And I think a lot of times we forget about that.
Mhm.
Um, we forget that there's so many different ways to monetize information. And just to give everyone here a visual of what I'm talking about, um, of what Sean's talking about, is when you look at the when you look at uh, how money is made online and what are the easiest and simplest business models to run. It's not the ones that you mentioned that you tried. It's not the drop shipping. It's not the Amazon businesses that rely on physical products to be shipped and oftentimes be bought ahead of time and stocked up on. Or it's not the businesses where you go to Marshalls or TJ Maxx or whatever and try to find deals where you're running around like, quite frankly, a chicken with your head cut off,
Mhm.
trying to find some toy you can resell uh, on Amazon, but you've already put the money out for it. These core four ways of selling information are ways that you can package information with no real commitment up front, which is really something that no business model out there really offers.
Mhm.
With every other business model, even construction, I remember I needed a truck, I needed the tools, I needed to have presentation, and quite frankly, we worry about sometimes how we look on camera, but I can remember worrying about how I looked pulling up in my 1990 Ford F-150 that I had to start with a screwdriver. I would
Mhm.
oftentimes park that truck around the corner from places that I was going in because I didn't want people to see what I was driving. So it's kind of like pick your problem. What do you want to make a big deal out of? And do you want to make a big deal out of potentially getting on video and or do you want to make a big deal out of what kind of vehicle you need to buy, which is going to cost you 5 to 10, 15, $30,000. But I love, Sean, how you're taking your previous knowledge and you're
Mhm.
packaging it, okay, into a coaching program that you can, uh, quite frankly, go from doing one-on-one personal training to one to many. And one of my favorite hybrid models to sell information is just simply selling a, say for example, 1 day workshop on Zoom, to where you sell it all month long, say for 997 or 497 or 297 or whatever it is. And then one Saturday you deliver that workshop, 3.5 hours in the morning, take a lunch break, 3.5 hours in the afternoon. And here you've avoided even recording any videos. You've avoided all of that
Yeah.
planning, and then, oh, I want to add this, you got to remake the videos. Now you're selling all month long, and then you're delivering that content in one weekend or one day out of the week. Now that's just one way that you can sell information and make people happy. But Sean, you're going from thinking and doing the one-on-one model to the one to many model, and that's got to be exciting for you, right?
It really is. It's very exciting. I love that you're, touching on that because I think a lot of people when they're thinking about, hey, I got to build this course or all the inner works that go into it, actually just working with clients with coaching and recording everything, you're building your course at the same time.
Totally.
So
Totally.
rather than, spend all this time and effort, like I got to make sure all the course is there and you put all that time and energy into it. Well, what
Yeah.
if that doesn't sell? What if that's something that nobody actually wants? Like prove
Agreed.
yourself with coaching first, record all that stuff. And then you can always go back and edit that stuff and make it, a little more polished and presentable to actually have a course there. And so now you're winning in all different avenues. And so with what I'm doing over here is I'm starting with, a blog, and the blog is I'm building that value ladder, if you will, where the blog is kind of the introduction. That's the free content. That's where people can know, like, and trust me. And within the blog are affiliate links like, hey, do you want this? Do you want to develop personal development? Here's this program. Do you want to, get a fitness program? Here's this. Like, there's affiliate
Yeah.
links, supplement links, like all that stuff.
Right.
So
Combining the business models.
I'm combining
Totally.
it all. I'm combining it all.
Totally.
And so the top
Totally.
end is that one-on-one coaching, if you will.
Right.
Or actually, it's going to be actually masterminds and events that are going to be held within my gym, but it's all based
Sure.
on that personal development. So that's kind of the end goal. But the first is just it's layered on up. And all of this stuff that I'm talking about, even though I've heard about it, I've seen other coaches do it, I've seen other business models do it, nobody ever taught me in such a structured manner that Legendary Marketer did. So I'm literally just taking what I'm learning into blueprints and applying it. And I'm just, my renewed energy and my excitement for business is like just come to realization here this year. I was kind of burned out. I was kind of stagnant. I was kind of going, what does God want for me next in my current business model? And I was just extremely burnt out. But this is giving me new fulfillment and new purpose in my life, which I absolutely love.
That's fantastic, Sean. I'm so happy for you. I know that feeling. I really do. I know that feeling. I think we all know that feeling. In some things, like maybe your marriage gets renewed because of something that you feel passionate. You guys got something new you can do together, or you've discovered something new, or your business, right? You reinvent your business after being burnt out, and I love that. I love that you're integrating instead of abandoning. A lot of times when entrepreneurs get burnt out or frustrated with their business, and I want everybody to listen to this closely, because this is probably one of the top reasons why I see people fail, is they have a business that has momentum, or that they're making money in, or at least that they're making progress in. Let's say, for example, many of you who are new here, Sean, in your case, you have a fitness business that you may not want to be doing it anymore, but it still is a source of income, and it still is a viable business.
100%.
And you still have tons of connections and relationships, and there's an asset there. Now, what many people would do is, well, I'm totally burnt out on this. I'm just going to abandon it, and I'm going to go over here and start something totally new. And boy, that's a just flat out stupid thing to do.
It is.
And people do it in this business too. You start out, you get a little momentum, you don't know you're making progress because you're looking for the big burning bush. And I'll speak in faith or some of biblical terms. You're looking for the burning bush, but you're missing, because you're looking for the big burning bush, you're missing the small signs along the road
100%.
of the progress. And so we abandon our business to go over and start something new, and then we get caught in a vicious cycle of starting something new over and over again. And I love how you're integrating. You're saying, okay, I'm burnt out a little bit. How can I evolve my life and my business versus just abandoning? And I love that.
100%. And when I talk about, the burnout, it was, just constantly putting in so much effort where you didn't really feel like you were getting any traction. You didn't really, I was in this mindset. I talk about the victim mindset. I was in this mindset that I'm showing up, I'm doing this work. I deserve this because now, like, I deserve the outcome. I deserve whatever it was that I wanted out of it because I'm doing the work, so to speak.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people get trapped into that as well. Instead of looking at I deserve because I'm doing XYZ, just put your head down, do the work, go all in on what you're passionate about, and fuck the outcome, like fuck the results. don't focus on that, because when you start putting your focus over there, you're getting all bogged down with the stories that you start creating. Like, well, maybe I need to be doing something different. Maybe this business model isn't for me. Maybe this isn't working, because you're just so focused on what you want over here that you're not realizing the you're not realizing the impact that you're making on other people's lives. And
Yeah.
at the end of the day, that's really where fulfillment and purpose comes from, I believe. I feel like we're put on this earth to serve others, be a savage servant. And when you can find something that you're passionate about doing, and this comes in any industry, it doesn't matter what industry you're doing. Um, but when you can kind of put the focus on, this is who, like, this is the client I want to serve, this is who I want to help, and these are going to be the things I want to do that enable me to serve that purpose. And you don't worry about the money, you don't worry about the outcome, so to speak, but you just focus on how can I impact that individual's life. Man, like, everything else is just smooth sailing from there.
Yeah.
But it's putting the head down and doing the work, though.
I want to point out something that I think is so important. And when we say don't think about the money, here's what I've learned that we need to do. We need to learn. This is, I believe, one of the biggest skills we need to evolve is to learn how to ask for the money at the right time. Right.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
what that means is when we say don't worry about the money, I think that can be for the brand new person. They might think, well, hey, that's what I'm here for. Like, what do you mean? Like, don't worry about the money. Like, I didn't sign up to start a nonprofit business. But you have to learn how you have to learn the right time to ask. Keyword in all caps, ask for the money. Not the right time to wait. Hold on. Here's a good one in the Christian or faith community. Pray for the money and let it come to my life. If I pray, it'll come to me, right? I'm waiting for it to land in my, if I serve enough, if I pray enough, if I do enough, it's going to land in my lap and I know that my needs will get met. Well, hey, guess what?
No.
Reality check. Human beings are not just gonna, oh my gosh, look at that nice man over there doing all that praying and all that serving. Let's go over there and give him some money and pay his mortgage and pay for his car. Doesn't happen, right? Right?
No,
If you believe that God is a part of the plan and integrated into your finances, then you know what God gave you? A mouth, baby, a mouth. Okay. And you got to learn how to use it. Right. So we
and
need to learn when to ask for the money. And it's right after we deliver the value. Then we say, if you want more of that, let me show you how we can work together and I can help you to get more of the results you want. Boom, you ask for the sale, but you got to do it at the right time.
Oh, I believe that 100%. Absolutely. I wouldn't have a business if we weren't asking for, money in return for the service, right? Like, I'm not running a charity, like you just said,
Yeah.
by any means by that. But at the same time, it is about, it was just not being so focused on, I need this. Like, it's need versus serving is the way I look at it. Like, if you're
Sure.
constantly focused on, I need this over here, I need the money, I need this in order to be fulfilled, in order to, you know, to stay into this business model, if you will, then you're always going to be looking for the next thing and you're always going to be spinning your
And
wheels.
it's also very closely tied into that victim mindset.
It
And
is.
we may not realize that we've developed a victim mindset, but the victim mindset is a mindset that's very needy, is a mindset that's very selfish.
Yes.
And let's completely, just to be clear, separate this from any trauma or anything else like that. We're talking about just taking responsibility for our life, our finances, and if we have the capability, which I believe each one of us does, if we have the capability to provide for ourselves, then there's your victor and then there's your victim. And in the victor, that victorious mindset and approach is one in which you are saying, look, I'm here to serve, and my time is valuable, and I'm going to do a fantastic job, top in class. I'm going to give you the best experience I can give you. Let's talk about price up front, right? I want to be in totally transparent. If you want the cheapest, if you want to go with the just that, you're going to get what you pay for. Look, shop around. I'll be here, right?
Yes.
But I'm here to serve. And hey, guess what? I'll serve first. You pay after, or whatever the win-win scenario is. The victim is going to say, I need somebody to help me. I'm not getting the support that I need. This is a scam, or these people, we start criticizing others
Mhm.
because we're not willing to show up. And the truth is that nobody is going to work harder on us, our business, our fitness, than we're willing to work. But I'll tell you what, Sean, and I bet you're this kind of coach too. I've met a lot of coaches and got a lot of coaches that'll go just as hard as I will go, but ain't gonna go harder than I'm willing to go. Am
Yep.
I am I am I talking your language?
100%. You can lead the horse to water, but here's the thing: as a coach, like there's a difference between being a coach and kind of the guru. I feel like the guru will tell you what to do, step by step. It's just like you need to do this, you need to do that. A coach will ask you the right questions so you can figure it out for yourself.
Agreed.
And when you figure it out for
Agreed.
yourself, that empowers the individual to
Talk
take
about it. That part, honey.
That's the empowerment. And so like I could tell somebody, hey, if you want to lose weight, you need to eat like this, like here's your food plan, do these exercises, blah 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 blah. Well, what happens when they go on vacation? What happens when they hit a struggle? What happens when they injure a shoulder? Things like that. They never
Yeah.
learned how to overcome any obstacles. And so now they're less empowered. But if I
Yeah.
give them, hey, like, what do you think about this? And I make them
Yes.
think about what's the right solution for them. I'm empowering them at that point to make the decisions for themselves. When you empower people, that's when you move the needle forward. That's when you
Yeah.
create a lifestyle change for somebody versus just follow this system over here and everything's going to be okay. No, it's not. And that's why people fail, because they try it and they don't figure out how to overcome obstacles. They don't figure out how to, they bought into a system or a coach or a guru or something like that. And then they say, well, that didn't work. No, you didn't work. You weren't empowered to be able to do the work.
Yeah.
So,
And unfortunately, because we're so, I think, conditioned to have a victim mindset, and that doesn't mean that, look, we all have the capability to have a victim mindset. So it's not like I'm speaking over here like I'm better or
no,
am not totally susceptible to that, because I have to really challenge myself to take responsibility. And that's what leadership is all about. Leadership is not about never having victim mindset, never having insecurities, never being scared. Leadership is not about that.
right.
Leadership is about having all of that stuff and choosing to walk through it anyways,
Yeah.
choosing honesty, choosing self-responsibility. And I think that's the real there's a current in water, and oftentimes you don't see it, right?
Mhm.
The water looks calm, but there's a current under that. If you jump in, it might take you away.
Right.
It's sort of like the glacier, right? You see the tip, but you don't see the large part. And I think that's when I talk about the mechanics and the dynamics. The mechanics are that top part of the water, that tip of the glacier that you see, that you think that's the full business. That's
Mhm.
everything, right?
Yeah.
The kind of mechanical, let's set up my funnel. Like that's the business. But the part of the business that really separates the victims from the victors, I believe is what we're talking about, that undercurrent, that large part of the glacier, which is really taking the steps every day, not to have feelings of fear, not to
Mhm.
try to even deny that I'm scared or feeling insecure, feeling like I want to be a victim today,
Sure.
but it's having those feelings and deciding to show up and deciding to keep going anyway.
That's what separates the successful from the unsuccessful. Because everybody, just like you said, has the feelings. We all feel inadequate. We all feel the imposter syndrome. We all feel like I'm not good enough to teach somebody else these things. We all feel
Yeah.
like we all have, these negative thoughts. Like nobody ever overcomes those things truly. What defines successful, or what makes a person successful, is despite those feelings, you show up and you do the work anyway, despite the feelings, despite what's going on.
Yeah.
And when I really recognized that, that's when I started being able to speak my truth and telling people I don't have it all together. Like I'll be the first one to tell you I don't have everything together. There's things in my life that I am not showing up for and that I am still working on and I need to do better with. Just because the gym is just an everyday thing for me and I got that parted together, there's other things in my life that you're probably doing a hell lot better than I am. So I will share with you what I'm struggling with, and just to help you motivate to get your ass into the gym. Like
Yeah.
I just want people to know that nobody's perfect and we're all in this game together, so to speak. But when you're able to just again show up despite the feelings that you're having, as well as be real with people and be authentic with people and not have this know-it-all attitude like I'm Mr. Perfect or whatever. That's when people will connect with you. That's when people will trust you. And that's that know, like, and trust factor. Right. And so Frank Kern calls it, it's your core values. Like it's the core influence, because
Mhm.
you're speaking, you have that complete alignment, and
Yeah.
people will line up with you because of your core influence. Dude, they could care less about the words you're speaking, but if they could see that you're real, that you're authentic, and they have that connection with you, that's what will draw them to do business with you and stick around with you and things of that nature. So there's a lot to it.
Well, you are a fan. I mean, I always like to hear more from somebody when they say they're going to be working and coaching people on things that are deeper than surface things. Like if you're going to be coaching fitness or you're going to be coaching marketing or something, that's one thing. But if you're going to be coaching people on an emotional level and going a bit deeper than the surface, it's really important to have at least worked on yourself a bit, and I can tell from talking to you that you are an honest person, and that's what makes a great coach, like you said. And I think you're going to do great, Sean, and I think that you're going to help a lot of people, and I'm really excited about that. And I'm excited about your future. If there's anything that I can do to continue, me or Matt, right, continue to help you evolve your program and deliver it to help as many people as possible, then please let us know. I appreciate your time today, and if there's any final words that you want to leave our listeners and the many people who are going to even listen to this replay, then please share with us just a final thought.
Yeah, there's so much I could say, but I'll leave it at this, because again, I would say this to just try to help anybody who might be struggling with imposter syndrome, maybe the victim mindset, maybe even like, can I make business work? Like a lot of people looking at online side hustles, business, things of that nature, and they probably have this feeling of, am I good enough to do this? I would say don't even focus on if you're good enough. Drop the ego and just learn from others. Surround yourself with others who have been there, done that. Look, we all have this perception that we are the next biggest and greatest thing sometimes. And it's
Mhm.
like, here's the thing, like no matter what business model is out there, no matter what struggle you're facing, somebody somewhere has already been there and done that. So find a book that talks about this subject and read about their story. Find the coach or mentor who's already got that business model, something that you already want, something that you want for yourself. Find a person who's already done it and model after them. Learn from them. Like you don't have to figure everything else out on your own. And I feel
Mhm.
like when we can drop that ego that I got to figure it all out myself, then you're able to just humble yourself and say, I need help. Then that's when you can just move the needle forward to being much more successful. And that's something that I had to do. That was something that I had to learn a long time ago. Was I don't have it all figured out. I'm not the hot shot in the room. I, I can ask for help, and then it's okay for a man to ask for help. So that's where I'm going to leave
I,
it.
I could not have said that better. I love what you just said. It's so true and it's been true in my life. And thank you. Thank you for that. And thank you for sharing such beautiful truth. And that is what makes this community special. I would literally, um, it would not be even remotely close to what it is if we did not have people coming on sharing this type of value and truth like what you've done with us this morning. So please come back if you'd be willing and keep us posted here every couple of months. And I look forward to hopefully meeting you in person one day as well, buddy.
Without a doubt. I appreciate you, Dave. Like I said, for anybody who's looking for a real business model, learn from Legendary Marketer because, again, it's not just about affiliate marketing, but it's so much more. It's so much deep rooted into going beyond the 15-day challenge. Look at this, the high income skills. You can apply it to everything in your life. And hey, if you need any work on mindset or anything like that, hit me up.
All right, Sean.
We'll go into that.
Sounds good, buddy. Well, listen, we've got your TikTok up there, and I'm sure you've gained plenty of fans and friends today. So be well, my brother. Have a great holiday, and we'll talk to you soon. All right.
God bless you, Dave. Thank you so
All
much.
right, buddy. Take care. All right, my friends. Listen, powerful, powerful, powerful information this morning. Just worth a listen. Worth you going back and reviewing that episode and just really taking in the things that we just talked about. It'll be so beneficial and helpful, and it may just be that secret, that key that unlocks what you feel like you've been missing because the dynamics, again, that large part of the glacier that you don't see, are oftentimes the piece that people, when they put that together and put some attention and focus on those pieces that we talked about today, the taking responsibility in different ways that we are a victim, even though we may not feel like it. When we go deep and we get honest and we have somebody carefronting us, right? It's not about confronting, but carefronting us, in challenging us. And it doesn't have to be one-on-one. It can be conversations like this that challenge us to take a deeper look and be more honest with ourselves. It changes everything. Be well. Get out of here. We'll see you back here for another episode tomorrow. And we are also going to be going live on Thanksgiving as well. All right. So we are here 5 days a week, no matter what's going on. And my friends, stay legendary. All right. Be legendary and get out of here. Peace.